Welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert here with Matthew, the artist from the play What I Didn't Say. Again, the link is below. And we had a screening of this last week. And one of the things that was very strong in that room was the care partner response and the people's response to the voice of the care partner in Parkinson's. For you on your journey, because people should know this play is not you, right? It is several interviews that incorporate parts of you, but also people who you spoke to and actual conversations that you had with others with their permission to make this conglomerate of a character and characters. But for you looking at the care partner side of things, what is either surprising about what is in the play or how people respond to the play regarding the role of care partners in the world of Parkinson's?
Well, I'm always amazed at how many times I hear people say after the play that as a care partner, they finally feel seen and heard. I work under this idea that the patient can get away saying almost anything. If you've got Parkinson's, like, I'm sick of this, I'm out of here, I hate this thing, and blah, blah, blah. But a care partner, especially in any public forum, there's things they're not allowed to say that the patient can say, you know what I mean? Like just with the societal pressures of someone who's caring, like, you're supposed to be a never ending font of like energy and help and support and encouragement. And that's just not reality. And so when people see the play and they hear a care partner going off, they hear a care partner who's scared and tired and feels guilty and all these things. Now I'm making a connection, right? So care partners that are sitting and watching this care partner, they're just sort of realizing, wow, somebody else feels this. I thought this was a crazy notion, but it's not, because someone else feels this. So unless you're going to a care partner support group, which I strongly encourage people to do, you're never hearing anyone say that what you're feeling is valid, right? So that, I think that's one of the great benefits of the play for sure.
Well, back to aesthetic distance, which you brought up last time, it works the same for the person with Parkinson's as it does for the care partner, right? That feeling, isolation, we know is the killer in this world, and the feeling that this is just me, or like you said, I'm guilty or shameful about having these feelings. I shouldn't feel this way or think this thing. Support groups are, I agree with you, very important. And at the same time, I've been doing a lot of research and have a study coming forward with the All In at PMD Alliance. There are challenges with the idea of what support is, how it's presented, and what the away is, because it's not a one size fits all. Support you don't you skip across the surface, I think, in the play about support groups, right? As I recall, your character goes to one and kind of says, I'm out of here. Is that am I remembering that correctly?
No, actually, that's a good assessment. The play doesn't deal with a support group at all, actually.
Okay.
They go to the exercise class and
That's what,
engage with a mental health therapist,
that's right.
not a support group.
So, hey, by the way, just pitching because we're out there. We're talking about potentially expanding your work and hopefully having you be part of the day one writing class, the next one coming up here.
Yeah,
Support groups could be a big part of something to explore and the relationships in that space.
that's right. Because they're good and they're bad. I've been to a lot of support groups, but anytime you're in the presence of someone who has greater symptoms than you do, it's a little difficult to take. I mean, here's that example of I shouldn't feel that way, but I do feel that way when I'm in without a group of people. But someone told me they like to think of those people with worse symptoms than they have, as heroes.
Hmm.
And however much difficulty and angst it took for me to get to this support group, imagine how much it took for that person. And if
Right.
I can change my paradigm and think of that person as a hero instead of someone facing the dark days of Parkinson's, that's a much better state of mind.
It's a massive reframe. What you're offering there is to see it not through your eyes, but through their eyes, right? And again, to make the experience not just about you, but about somehow us.
Yeah, that's right.
That sounds like the way to have support group truly means support, as opposed to support meaning perhaps judgment.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm part of three support groups, and I get something a little bit different from each one of them, including online. And so, but they're a big part of my mental health.
I think it's a great note to close on there, just to say that there's diversity within support groups, like you said. You get something different from each one, and that people hopefully don't go to just one and go, nope, support groups don't work.
Right.
Or, every support group is going to be a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people think they're going to go and cry, right? I'm going to go and I'm going to say sad. It's going to be sad things. We're all going to cry. But the ones I attend, we hear people's problems and we think together of how to fix them. Does somebody know I'm having this problem? Can I get a cane? Can I get some kind of device? Can I get some help? And so that's a great environment to be in.
Is there a role? I'm getting a little over, but I want to make sure I hit this. Is there a role for joy or laughter in support groups?
Oh yeah, you kidding? Yeah, absolutely. We got to laugh together. I bring something funny, prepared something funny to every group I go to. Like, hey, if we got nothing else, let me do my thing and let's all have a laugh at this crazy disease.
This is great. This brings up the humor section. We're going to do that in the next dose. We're going to talk about stand-up comedy
Okay.
and the role of humor in Parkinson's. We'll see you on the next Daily Dose.